Most people in modern relationships are not failing because they are bad partners. They are failing because no one ever explained the hidden rules. This video breaks down exactly why men and women keep misreading each other, the psychological forces behind it, and what is happening beneath every fight, every silence, and every mixed signal. 10 revealing insights are coming that will change how you see relationship dynamics forever. If this sounds like something you have been waiting to hear, subscribe now so you never miss insights like this. A single unanswered message can feel like a verdict. On dating apps, a match disappears after a vulnerable conversation. A couple posts smiling photos but barely talks at home. These are not isolated moments. They are symptoms of a larger confusion. Today, 60% of U.S. adults say they have been ghosted, while 45% admit they have ghosted someone else. Most people do not know the rules, but everyone feels the consequences, the sting of silence, the anxiety after a late reply, the exhaustion of trying to read between the lines. Ambiguity is not just a glitch. It is the norm, built into the way we communicate, text, and search for connection. The result is a world where even a simple phrase, "I need space," can turn into weeks of passive aggression, and where the fear of saying the wrong thing keeps honesty locked away. The scale of ghosting alone reveals just how widespread and misunderstood this confusion has become. Scrolling through Instagram after a tense exchange, a single heart or like lights up the brain's reward center. Sherman and colleagues used fMRI scans to show that receiving likes triggers the ventral striatum, the same neural circuit activated by winning money or eating chocolate. Each notification delivers a small jolt of dopamine, reinforcing the urge to seek validation from screens instead of honest, sometimes uncomfortable dialogue. The more likes received, the stronger the brain's response, creating a feedback loop where digital approval replaces real reassurance. Over time, partners can become hooked on these quick rewards, chasing the next notification instead of resolving the awkward silence in the room. A woman who speaks her mind at work risks being labeled too aggressive, but if she holds back, she is called unambitious. At home, she is expected to juggle career success and emotional caretaking. Yet any slip in either role draws criticism. Eagley and Wood's research calls this the double bind. Women are penalized for breaking traditional norms, but also for following them too closely. Hochschild studies reveal another layer. After a full day at work, women still shoulder most household chores, the so-called second shift. Men face their own bind, often reduced to their paycheck and judged for showing vulnerability. These clashing expectations create a tightrope that no one can walk without falling. The pressure to be both razor blade, tough and cupcake, warm, leaves everyone feeling like they are failing at an invisible game. No wonder so many crave emotional safety, yet struggle to ask for it directly. In a quiet lab, neuroscientist James Cohen asked couples to hold hands while facing the threat of a mild electric shock. The results were striking. When partners touched, the brain's alarm centers, especially the insula and hypothalamus, calmed down. Threat signals dropped within seconds, and the effect was strongest in couples who felt close. This wasn't about romance or words. It was a raw, physiological safety cue. Even a brief handhold or a steady voice saying, "I'm here," could switch off the body's fight or flight response. For many, emotional walls aren't stubbornness. They're the nervous system's way of searching for safety. When that signal is missing, the brain prepares for hurt, not connection. 70% of couples now text more than they talk face to face. For many men, every unread message or vague reply lands like a silent performance review. Are you useful or just background noise? One man, a father of two, describes scrolling through a string of work meetings and late-night bill reminders, then glancing at his partner's texts. All logistics, no warmth. He says, "I'm thanked for the bills, but never asked how I'm doing." The old script, provide, protect, and be strong, has collapsed, but nothing clear has replaced it. Men report feeling like a walking paycheck, valued only when needed and invisible when not. This kind of ambiguity breeds quiet resentment. Without a shared contract for who does what, every gesture becomes a test, every silence a possible indictment. The exhaustion isn't just about work. It's about never knowing if you're enough or if you're even seen. A late-night hey text lands at 2:03 in the morning. It looks casual, but beneath the surface, it is a reliability test, a low-risk probe designed to measure commitment without asking outright. Evolutionary psychologists Robert Trivers and David Buss describe these behaviors as ancient strategies. In a world where choosing the wrong partner could mean survival or disaster, both men and women evolved subtle ways to check if someone was truly invested. A delayed reply, a neutral "I'm fine," or a sudden chill in the conversation all serve as modern versions of these tests. They are not games. They are cost-benefit calculations shaped by thousands of years of uncertainty. The brain treats ambiguous signals as data points, scanning for signs of loyalty or risk. These mixed messages are not random. They are instinctive checks meant to protect against betrayal. The trouble is, what once helped our ancestors now fuels confusion and mistrust. Instead, try an explicit check-in. Ask, "How do you feel about us?" This can short-circuit the cycle and offer the clarity our instincts never evolved to provide. A small slight, a forgotten text, a cool tone can send someone spiraling even when the moment seems minor. For many, these reactions have roots that reach back years. The original Adverse Childhood Experiences study found that 61% of U.S. adults have lived through at least one significant early trauma. That history doesn't just fade, it shapes how the brain responds to stress in relationships. When old wounds get pressed, the limbic system, the brain's emotional alarm, fires faster and louder. A partner's late reply can trigger the same panic as childhood neglect. Some couples now use a simple disclosure card, quietly noting their triggers and sharing them. Instead of guessing, they build a plan, pause, breathe, and use a signal word when things heat up. These small acts acknowledge that today's fights are often echoes from the past, not just overreactions, but old pains searching for safety. On social media and dating apps, every message becomes a calculation. Before hitting send, people weigh how their words might be judged, screenshotted, or misinterpreted. Valkenburg and Peter found that when the audience feels large or unpredictable, self-disclosure shrinks. Vulnerability turns risky. One honest confession can echo far beyond the intended recipient, sometimes costing reputation or safety. Instead of saying, I am hurt, many choose a safer, filtered version, I am fine. The risk is not just imagined. Online backlash and cancel culture are real. To lower the danger, some couples agree on a truth window, a short protected time where honesty is met with listening, not critique. Even a phrase like, can I share something without judgment, can open space for real connection, breaking the cycle of guarded, surface-level talk. A swipe brings up a new face, but each choice adds to the strain. Tinder alone draws up to 75 million active users every month, each person chasing the promise of endless options. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls this the paradox of choice. More isn't better, it's overwhelming. Timmermans and DeCalue found that constant decisions on dating apps leave users drained, reporting stress and indecision. Profiles blur together, conversations fade. One woman sets a 15-minute timer to keep herself from burning out, but still feels numb, describing the experience as shopping for people. Decision fatigue creeps in long before any real connection forms. While searching for the right match, trust in one's own judgment erodes, and investing in anyone becomes harder. Every unread hey at 2 a.m., every ghosted Bumble match, none of it is random. These patterns shape real heartbreak right now. Understanding the hidden forces is the only way out. Share your story below.